Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. On this channel, I talk about fragrance, skincare, fashion, and the finer things in life. And today, we're going to be talking about Nina Ricci L'Extase range. So I have two full bottles in front of me and 3 decants. All in all, 5 fragrances in the L'Extase line are here with us today. This video is made possible by my fabulous friend, Maison Fragrances here on YouTube. Her channel will be in the description box. Moreover, she has a video where she talks about L'Extase fragrances. That video is in the description box as well and also up in the card section. Maison, thank you so much for gifting me these 3 decants. And today, I'm going to give you my scoop on L'Extase by Nina Ricci. So what are you going to do? If you're feeling thirsty, go grab a drink. If you're feeling hungry, go grab a snack. L'Extase, ecstasy. So if you have a girlfriend, if you have a boyfriend, or someone, doesn't matter, have them come over and come find me here and let's start our conversation. Alright, so today we are talking about L'Extase by Nina Ricci. 5 fragrances, designer fragrances, a very nice line range actually. I was pleasantly surprised. So I have 3 decants that Maison gifted me, and I also have 2 bottles. So I was gonna get decants of Chant d'Extase and L'Extase Caresse de Rose, but I wasn't able to find decants, but I was able to find these 2 full bottles, which were really well priced, so cheap, like 20 bucks something. So I said, why not? We're just gonna do the whole line, and I'm gonna give you all my thoughts. So we are gonna be starting with my least favorite actually, and that's gonna be a full bottle, and that full bottle is called L'Extase Caresse de Rose. Actually, right now you are looking at a body mist, in my opinion. So since this is a body mist and this is not really overpowering, let's go ballistic here and let's just start the review. So this is a designer fragrance, and I claim this reads body mist to me, kind of like a body mist, fruity floral, musky from Bath and Body Works. But this lid is heavy, and this feels heavy and high quality. And look at this sprayer, high quality. I'm pleasantly surprised actually, and they have this like little ornament, kind of like ring here. The presentation is wow, why not? So how about the smell? Rosy, fresh, musky, kind of like body mist type of fragrance. I think this is a perfect summer fragrance. In my opinion, this is quite generic. I think this reads quite redundant, especially in the designer world. Or this is kind of like a little shopping mall smell, but not a bad way. It's just that it is common, it is known. This is not ugly. Longevity on this one is somewhere between 4 to 5 hours, but since this is very cheap and this is not really overpowering, I would be refreshing this after 4 hours, definitely. And you can go really heavy on the trigger as well. It's cheap and you'll smell good. I think this is suitable for anyone between 0 and 100. Very dynamic, youthful, fresh, rosy, floral, kind of like body mist. For summer, why not? So, if you are a fan of L'Extase fragrances, I think Caresse de Rose is a good choice, but you have to be careful that this is very rosy, especially after like 45 minutes or so. This becomes really rosy, but to me, it's not that bad. It's just that, generic designer's rose, which I'm okay with. Alright, so the next fragrance on the list actually is another full bottle. So the decants Maison sent to me are actually my favorites. So the second one that I'm going to be talking to you about is Chant d'Extase. So this is a limited edition. And by the way, all of these 5 L'Extase fragrances have been to Francis Kurkdjian. So he contributed in the making of these fragrances, and keep this information in mind because we're going to be revisiting that in the end of the video. However, Chant d'Extase, let's just spray Chant d'Extase here. This is a nice sprayer too. So this is Nina Ricci Extase, made suitable for warmer months. When something is made suitable for warmer months, what are you gonna think? Aquatic notes, sea notes, kind of like saltiness and fresher opening, kind of like spicy, more like a gingery opening. But as this dries down, is that, that kind of like aquatic vibe disappears. I think this becomes more and more Lextas DNA. This is very, very suitable for summer months. However, I have some points that I would like to mention to you. One of them is that this is a little similar to Olympia, in my opinion. That Olympia's sweety, salty DNA, like vanilla sweet but salty kind of vibe. I'm getting that here. And in that sense, this feels redundant to me. Is this ugly? No. If you like Lextas, would you be able to enjoy this fragrance? Absolutely, especially in the summer months. Is longevity bad? No, I would refresh this, touch this up, after 4 hours, but not bad. However, since this reads kind of like similar on my skin to Olympia, I'm not saying that they are like dupe or anything. It's just that it just makes me question, why not go for Olympia instead of Chant Extase? And on top of this, I actually have 3 fragrances in front of me right now that I humbly think are more suitable for summer months. And the 2 of those 3 are Thierry Mugler Aura Eau de Toilette and Aura Sensual. I talked about these fragrances before on my channel. I think these are great fragrances for summer. These are kind of like niche quality designer. They are not really crowd pleasing, likable, but if you like Thierry Mugler and if you like something different and if you are looking for something suitable for summer, Aura Eau de Toilette is really nice. And I think Aura Sensual is also very nice for like a summer night. They are different and you can give these 2 a shot. If you want something sweeter, more like, crowd pleasing, but also not so common, you can definitely go for Bonbon Pastel. I talked about this fragrance in my video where I talked about designer fragrances for spring and summer. I like this fragrance a lot. This is nice. If you like Viktor and Rolf, if you like Bonbon DNA, I think Pastel is perfectly tailored for warmer months. So instead of Chant Extase, maybe you can go and check Bonbon Pastel. Why not? Alright, so now we are moving on to the 3 decants that were gifted to me by Maisie. Alright, so I am gonna go and start with Rose Extase, and the bottle will be on the screen, the pink bottle. So let's spray Rose Extase by Nina Ricci here, and I'm gonna tell you a few things about this. Alright, so rosy, fruity. To me, this is very likable. First of all, let me say that. This is very closer to other designer fragrances you have smelled before. This still has the Extase DNA, but to me this reads so rosy, a fresh, a little powdery. And 100 years, up to 100 years old, anyone can use that. To me, this is also 24/7, 365, but this is very rosy. I would like to tell you that. And this rosiness actually made some people claim that this is similar to Delina. Alright, so I know Delina very closely. It's one of my favorite fragrances. Actually, it's one of my top 10 niche fragrances. And actually, I will keep Delina, for the rest of my life. But I don't think there is a similarity in here. Whoever started that gossip, I think he or she got his or her heart broken by Quantum Bish and trying to get revenge on Fragrantica, or they just can't afford Delina and they just wanted to start this rumor, but it's not really factual. I'm not saying that this is a bad rose fragrance. This is a really nice, rosy, sweet, kind of like powdery, fresh designer fragrance. However, that information on Fragrantica is not factual. And I don't know. Someone is after Contambish, maybe. I don't know. Maybe his ex-boyfriend. By the way, I think Contambish is gay. I don't know. Maybe my gaydar is misreading it, but I have a kind of like feeling inside me. I don't know. Does anyone know for a fact? If you do, let me know down in the comment section. But I digress. Rose Extase, rosy, more crowd pleasing, more designerish. Why not? You can give it a try. However, in my opinion, the one I have here, which is the original Extase, is a good, solid, good designer fragrance. Let me spray this here and let's start reviewing this. All right, the opening is a little peppery, powdery, reads a little mature, but it's not that, you know, we are like, you know, Chanel number 5 kind of thing. Comparing to other Extase fragrances, this has a very like a stable kind of like sturdy opening, which I appreciate a lot, and I think that is unique. But that opening is not really long-lived. It dissipates, and then what you are left with in the Extase DNA is a very sweet, syrupy rose with caramel and white musk in the deep dry down. This is what Nina Ricci Extase is. When I say sweet, do I mean cloying? No. Don't think about Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal sweetness or Scandal by Night sweetness. So I have Scandal by Night actually, and we're gonna be talking about Scandals too, but I think the sweetness is not like that. It is there. It touches you, but it's not really poking you or pushing you. I'm getting the rose. I'm getting kind of like rose Turkish delight, Turkey, where I'm originally from this kind of like dusty powdered sugar Turkish delight, rose flavored feeling I'm getting in this fragrance. And as this fragrance dries down, definitely caramel sweetness and white musk in the dry down. It's very pleasant. I think longevity is not bad. In this bottle that you're seeing on the screen right now, I would really, you know, reapply after 5 hours, but because why not? It's just, you know, you'll get kind of like another woof of fragrance, and it's not that expensive. I think this is dynamic. This is youthful. This is very feminine. I think this is very suitable for someone between 0 and 100 years old. To me, this is pleasant. Anyone can wear this. Designer fragrance, price point is nice. Why not? Nina Ricci Extase is a solid choice in my opinion. But there is a fragrance in this line that needs special attention. And remember, I talked about Francis Kurkdjian in the beginning of the video. So, you know, he clones himself. He cloned himself when he created Burberry Her. Burberry Her and Baccarat Rouge 540, there are similarities. Not a perfect dupe. Burberry Her is fruitier, more like, you know, berry kind of thing. But in the dry down, as you go to the real kind of like the final stages, you might get similarity. But in my opinion, you are seeing a bottle in front of in front of you right now on the screen, and that is Nina Ricci Extase Rose Absolue. I think the similarity between Nina Ricci Extase Rose Absolue and Oud Satin Mood by Francis Kurkdjian is far greater than similarity between Burberry Her and Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum. I think Francis has cloned himself again here. Let's spray this. I am telling you, this is very similar to Oud Satin Mood. Fragrantica is 100% right. They nailed it when it came to this fragrance. At this price point, if you want to look for Oud Satin mood, but if you are deterred by the high price point, I think you have to give this one a try. Opening is similar. Opening is the little pickle water kind of like feeling, a little fermentation going on, if I may say. However, it's unique. I'm not bothered by that, and it actually resembles Oud Satin mood, and this is very short-lived. In the middle, you have the rose note. This rose is darker. This rose is powdery. This rose is a little dusty and mature and sexier. I am living for it. This does not have oud in it. But can I tell you something? Oud Satin Mode does not have that much real oud in it either. So if you have been smelling oud fragrances by Roja or other quality oud fragrances, you know what I'm saying. If I can tell that, Oud Satin Mode has kind of like a really tiny, minute amount of oud in it, I'm sure anyone out there can tell that. So it's not a big loss actually. This does not have oud, but it's still similar. I think it's still similar because it has this incensey vibe in it, which I'm living for too. I think this is the most mature of all these 5 fragrances. I think this is the best choice among the Extase line. I think longevity is not bad either. I would reapply this after 5 hours, but there is a difference here. Oud Satin Mode Eau de Parfum is a very long-lasting fragrance. And if you move to Oud Satin Mode Extrait de Parfum, it is super long-lasting, especially on the clothing. By the way, if you are curious about Maison Kurkdjian's oud fragrances, I have a video particularly dedicated to those 6 fragrances. It's going to be in the description box and in the up there, here in the card section. But for today, Nina Ricci, L'Extase, Rose, Absolue, Francis, you cloned himself again. It's a dupe. That's a dupe. Well, there you have it. Alright, so let me take a sip and then we're gonna wrap things up. L'Extase, Ecstasy. What do you think? What do you think about that? Fragrances. What do you think about L'Extase line? Have you tried them? Do you like them? Do you use them? Which one is your favorite? I want to know. Let's keep the discussion going on down in the description box. And as you know, this is a bilingual channel. Each and every video comes in 2 languages. One of them is in Turkish and the other one is in English. And you have just watched the English version, and these 2 videos, they are exactly the same. I'm just doing everything what I do in my Turkish videos here in the English version as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see you at the next one. Take care, everyone.